that I did not like the series at all. Hi everybody, my name's Carrie, and from the title of the video, you're gonna figure out that I did not like the series at all. Let me start out with the positives. So the positives is that, I would recommend these books to someone who really wants to get back into reading. Like, let's say they pull out the old, oh, I haven't read a book since the 3rd grade. You pull out that, but, they really do want to try and get it to reading. I would definitely recommend The Summer I Turned Pretty. I mean, it does have, a big trope that's in a lot of amazing books today. It's got, the love triangle. It's got summer. It's got, summer love. Just has a lot to offer someone who wants to get back into reading. I will say the writing is pretty simple for someone to, of course, not that no one could understand a fantasy book, but I've read a lot of books. I don't even like reading fantasy because of all the weird names and places and switching back to a map. I think this kind of YA romance is perfect. Covers are cute. I do like them, but I'm not here to talk about the covers. I'm here to give a brutally honest review. What got me, I will say, is in the beginning of the series, in the beginning of each book, it has a little snippet like this. And I think I was wondering, I was waiting to see where this would be. Spoiler alert, it's in the very last chapter, the epilogue or something, if there is an epilogue. But I annotated the book. Oh, I don't know how the hell I can show you. But I would annotate the book, just mainly writing in my thoughts. I like writing more than highlighting. I'll make some brackets here if I have a thought about a paragraph. What does that say? Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. My first negative, I do not like Belly at all. Annotation right here says her idea of dating is a little warped. Yeah, she just never learns. She is babied, I think. And it's interesting because a lot of people, a lot of shows, a lot of authors, they will write characters that are not liked, but you still kind of root for them. First off the bat, I'm thinking of Piper from Orange is the New Black. I didn't finish that show. Breaking Bad, he's more of an anti-hero, Walter White, but you still kind of want to see him succeed. I felt 1 through 3, I felt nothing. I wanted the worst for Belly. I wanted the worst for Conrad. Jeremiah had me there for a second, but he fell hard. Oh God, it was terrible. Spoiler alert, cheating on your girlfriend on a study abroad the week you broke up, you broke up for 1 week with your girlfriend, then you went abroad, and then you hooked up with another girl, and then you didn't tell her, and then you proposed to Belly so you can prove your trust to her. What I just do not like about Belly is, of course, she's going to fall for every boy who shows her the least amount of, true, bliss. The bar is low. What's lower than hell? Because that's where the bar is, okay? And she's obviously no, we're meant to be. I can't take that. I can't take this whole, when you know at the first look, with the first glance. Oh my God. And it's terrible. She just never learns. She doesn't take a step back and realize how she is hurting herself and the people around her, her family, and then the boys, the Fisher boys, their whole family, because she goes after 2 brothers. Is that not wild? I think that's wild. It's, oh God, and Conrad, I'm sorry, he was not giving bad boy, he was giving no personality. There was no personality, he had no story. I really did not care for him. I cared more about his mom. I cared more about Belly and Steven's mom. That's another thing. I totally forgot Belly has a brother. And honestly, I don't like her friend Taylor much in the books, but I think she's in the show, and I like her a lot more in the show. Which, I will say, I would rather watch the show forever and ever than have to read this whole series again. I like the aesthetic of the beach house. I like having their own little paradise because I have a place like that down in South Carolina. And I had hoped, there'd be a little more of that kind of in a way. Like, I understood like, oh my gosh, there's a boardwalk. I'm like, yeah, they have a whole beach house. I used to have a beach house. Oh my gosh. So I was hoping a little more for like world building in the way, because I didn't really understand like what Cousins was supposed to like be like besides Belly's like summer. Like, she just says Cousins is my summer. Okay, can you talk a little bit more about how the boardwalk was like a perfect place for you instead of just having this memory of Conrad winning you a stuffed animal and then hitting on the girl who like ran the game? I will say, I do like the show. I think the show's not the best, but I watched season 1 with my friend, and I've only seen season 1. But, I could see how it's, like, fun for anyone who really does want to read the books. I did enjoy the plot of the show way more than what was in the books, because I was waiting for the white dress like ceremony thing that Susanna had Belly do, because Belly was like Susanna's like default daughter. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but like, she and Laurel kind of like shared Belly, like, because Susanna only has her 2 horrible boys. Sorry, I'm being a little brutally honest. I'm being a little too mean. I like Jeremiah in the show a lot. I haven't watched, like I said, I haven't watched in a bit, so I probably shouldn't be talking the talk I am right now, but I liked that whole country club thing that they had there, because in the book, you only know that the boys, like, work at a pool or at the country club, but I liked the plot of the show way more than this book. It was pretty engaging, I'd say, and like they had stories, like their stories were actually like weaving, like the plot was actually like happening. This, like all of these, it was just swimming, eating, crushing on one brother. Oh man, this other brother, he's really nice. He's my best friend. Actually, I do want to talk on that. It did kind of weird me out that Belly had a crush on Conrad when literally throughout the book, like side characters and Belly herself and Conrad and Jeremiah would say like, oh, we're like brothers. We're like sisters. Like, we're like family. We're like siblings. I'm just saying, if it was me, I would not want to date someone who I would call family. And I know it's not, blood related, but if you can be friends with the opposite gender, the opposite sex, whatever, that's fine. Like, that's fine. Like, because they just know each other so well and grew up together, then yeah, in my mind, I'm like, they're kind of like my honorary siblings. But I don't think I'd find them romantic. I don't think I would romanticize that. I don't think I'd be crushing on them, like, that's just me. But anyways, I've been ratting on this series a while. I give it overall 2 stars. My best friend who watches the show, I was posting on my account, and she was just like one after the other, she was just like, 1 star? 2 star? Back to 1 star? What are you doing? That's wild. And I'm like, you gotta read. You just gotta read the book. But on Goodreads, I did see a lot of people did enjoy the series. I love the idea. The idea was there. I mean, it's summer. Anything can happen. And you're confined to a beach house with people you crush on and have had adventures with and friendships with. It's just that those characters, their personalities, their relationships, it was like all over the place. It was, if it was supposed to be meant like this, it was like like, it was just kind of all over the place for me. I just did not enjoy the relationships and the personality of each character. Belly has so much going for her. She's young, but I understand like this whole like you've known someone for so long, or you're crushing on them for so long, or both, like, friends turn to lovers. It just God, it just gets a little tiring sometimes to read that. And granted, I think this book was originally released in like 2010. The cover art says 2017, which I did notice on Goodreads had a way different cover. But yeah, I just, that's not my thing. And this had a lot of happy endings, which that's another good positive. I'm not one who really likes happy endings unless, maybe like, even if it's not like all 100% happy, at least like the characters have settled and it's all fine. And, they're like, we can live now. We can rest. This series just had them almost losing the beach house, getting the beach house back. Conrad goes missing. They find him. And then, of course, drama ensues from there. And then the third book, Jeremiah goes missing on the day of his and Belly's wedding, which I'm pretty sure was extremely trashy in my mind. I did like how Belly was recognizing Jeremiah's wealth and how he could afford expensive things, but she couldn't. I will say that. But it just, at the end, then it's her and Conrad are married and together like 5 years later when she's like 25 or something. Not my favorite ending. I think if you like choosing teams like Team Edward, Team Jacob, Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah, I think you would definitely enjoy reading this series. I can't tell if they're even in frame. Alright, so right now I'm on Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. I want to read 3 books this month. Trials of Apollo will technically kind of be like a 4th. I wanted to finish it in June. I just completely forgot it when I was sitting by the pool yesterday. So I'm going to choose from my TBR jar. Thumbnail. Choosing from my TBR jar 3 books that I will read for the month of July. There's one more book too, but I'll just tell y'all if I slip that in because I'm going to Disney and it's Kingdom Keepers. It's about Disney. I'm really excited for that. First book. Ooh, Legend Born. I tried to read this at the end of my finals week for this past school year, but I dropped it. I mean, early on, like before chapter 3, because I wanted to wait for summer to really take it in and have it be read. Second book. Ooh, the Red Pyramid series. Okay, I only have the 2 books. And I told myself when I'd pick a series, because Trials of Apollo is a series, but I only have the 1 book. I only have the first book. Red's Pyramid, I only have 2 books. So I may be reading more books than I anticipated. Okay. It's okay. We'll see. I'm going to choose 1 more, just in case, because when I have free time, I do enjoy reading. Like, when I can read, it's fast. So, last book. Ooh, 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. Ooh, I love Holly Jackson. She is a phenomenal writer. I tell people that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder got me back into reading. Ooh. It was great. I do realize now that it's kind of like, ooh, why is she kind of diving into this family's business for a school report? But the plot twists were so good. We got our 3, possibly 5 books to read for the month of July. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And who knows, maybe I'll finish Trials of Apollo soon and then bring one of these to Florida with me. And I'm not going to vlog my days there at Disney, but I will make a little snippet of like every day. I want to, just for like memory's sake too. But yeah, other than that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.